Isekai is not slowing down. These 10 returning series are proof that the genre's best stories are only just getting started. Buckle up. Kicking off our list at number 10, The Eminence in Shadow: Lost Echoes. This upcoming anime film is the direct sequel to The Eminence in Shadow's second season, adapting the Return to Earth arc. Sid Kaganu, the delusional mastermind who accidentally built a real underground empire, gets teleported back to modern Japan. The film explores what happens when the world's greatest shadow broker faces a world where fantasy power does not exist, forcing him to reconcile his two identities in ways the series has never explored before. A genuinely different challenge awaits Sid. Directed by Kazuya Nakanishi, with a screenplay by Kenichi Kato, the film is set to open in Japanese theaters in 2027. What makes Lost Echoes exciting is that it finally strips away Sid's comfortable isekai playground and puts his delusions under pressure. The comedic core stays intact, but the emotional stakes are sharper. After 2 seasons of loving self-parody, this film could be the moment the franchise earns something deeper than laughs. Moving down the rankings to number 9, omniscient reader Daksha was an average office worker whose sole interest was reading his favorite web novel, 3 Ways to Survive the Apocalypse. But when the novel suddenly becomes reality, he is the only person who knows how the world will end. Armed with this realization, Daksha uses his understanding to change the course of the story and the world as he knows it. His knowledge becomes both his greatest weapon and his most dangerous burden as gods and monsters reshape reality around him. Streaming on Crunchyroll, the anime is still TBA on its exact season window, but is confirmed for a TV broadcast in Japan. Omniscient Reader is not a standard isekai. It is a brutal deconstruction of narrative power itself. The manhwa source material is widely regarded as one of the best modern fantasy stories ever written, blending mythology, found family, and emotional devastation into something extraordinary. If the adaptation captures even 70% of that source material's ambition, this becomes essential viewing. Dropping into our list at number 8, The World's Finest Assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat, Season 2. The greatest assassin on Earth knew only how to live as a tool for his employers until they stopped letting him live. Reborn by the grace of a goddess into a world of swords and sorcery, he is offered a chance to do things differently. But there is a catch. He must eliminate a super powerful hero who will bring about the end of the world unless stopped. Season 2 continues Lug Tuatha Day's cold, methodical campaign as the mysteries surrounding the hero's identity deepen. Announced in April 2026, the second season is confirmed to debut in 2027, with the main staff returning and Silver Link continuing production. This series has always distinguished itself through Lug's clinical, calculating approach to an overpowered world. He does not scream and power up. He plans, poisons, deceives, and eliminates. Season 2 promises to push that strategic depth further. For fans who prefer their isekai protagonists ruthlessly competent rather than emotionally reactive, this return is exactly what they have been waiting for. Sliding into our list at number 7, Gate 2, Tides of Conflict. Following the reopening of the mysterious gate, the Japanese self-defense forces continue diplomatic and exploratory missions in the special region, a realm parallel to our world. When an American journalist is kidnapped in this region's troubled seas, an elite Japanese maritime unit embarks on a high-stakes rescue mission. The story centers on new leads Petty Officer Second Class Tokushima Hajime and Princess Primera, navigating espionage and naval combat across a fantasy ocean. This season, the story takes place at sea with the Japan Maritime Self-Defense Force as the focus. Fans can expect big sea battles and exciting political drama in the fantasy world, with animation handled by Studio M2, also known for Pluto. Gate's original formula, modern military firepower crashing into a fantasy world, was always compelling. Shifting the lens from ground infantry to naval submarines and maritime espionage is a bold evolution. More than a decade after the first season aired, this sequel has something to prove. Based on the production pedigree and completed scripts, it might actually deliver. Breaking into our top 5 at number 6, Within the Villainous. After a high fever, the young noble lady Ramilia awakens to the shocking realization that her body has been reincarnated with the soul of a Japanese girl named Emi. while her own soul remains trapped in her body and unable to control it. Emi spends years transforming Remilia's reputation from hated villain to beloved noblewoman, unaware that Remilia's consciousness is watching everything from inside, quietly grateful. Then the game's original heroine arrives and threatens to destroy everything Emi built. The anime is directed by Yoshihisa Ida at Roll2, with Reiko Nagasawa, character designer for Frieren Beyond Journey's End, handling character design. Rie Takahashi voices Emi, while Miyuki Sawashiro voices Remilia. The dual soul concept is genuinely fresh in a subgenre drowning in identical villainous tropes. Two women, one body, completely different personalities, both caring about each other in ways neither fully admits. That is a story worth animating. The Frieren character designer and that cast alone make this one of the most intriguing debuts on the entire list. Crashing into our top 5 at number 5, Gacha Girls Corp. The story follows Heihachi Okura, a mobile gacha-addicted player who ends up transported to another world after acquiring a rare item. Surrounded by monsters, he discovers he can summon female warriors directly through the gacha system, forming an army of extremely powerful girls to face the challenges of this new universe. His smartphone becomes a literal weapon, and each pull of the gacha reshapes the battlefield in ways no conventional fighter could predict. The anime will be produced by Zero G and Saberworks, directed by Takashi Asami with Deko Akao handling series composition, and the series set to premiere in January 2027. Yes, the premise sounds ridiculous, and that is precisely the point. Gacha mechanics as actual in-world combat logic is a self-aware, brilliantly obscure concept that rewards players who understand the culture it is satirizing. When done well, this kind of meta-aware isekai lands harder than any serious entry. If the adaptation leans into the comedy with confidence, Gacha Girls Core could be one of Winter 2027's most entertaining surprises. Storming into our top 4 at number 4, The Strongest Man, Born from Misfortune. The series follows a man who suffered from bad luck in a previous life. After losing his life in an accident while trying to retrieve his stolen bag from a thief, he is offered a chance to be reincarnated in another world. Reborn as Siegbert into a warm, loving family, he believes his curse is finally broken. Until the system reveals he carries an absurdly maxed luck stat that makes him an impossible force of nature, drawing danger and destiny to him in equal measure. The anime adaptation was announced by Starts Publishing, with Zun Nakabayashi, who both illustrated the novels and draws the manga adaptation, producing celebratory artwork for the announcement. What separates this from the average overpowered isekai is tone. Siegbert is not arrogant. He did not ask for power. He just wanted peace, and fate keeps denying him that. That tragic irony, wrapped inside warm family dynamics and chaotic battle sequences, gives the series a soul that most isekai in this lane completely lack. This one deserves far more attention than it is currently getting. Blazing into number 3, Sasaki and Peeps, Season 2. Sasaki is a middle-aged salaryman going through his mundane days, one after another. While perusing animals wanting a home, he comes across a small bird with a star on its chest. Feeling a connection, he takes his new friend home, only to discover the tiny bird is Pier Carlo, the reincarnated star sage from a parallel world. Together, they build a trading empire across dimensions, while Sasaki simultaneously gets entangled in Japan's secretive psychic organization, battling both supernatural threats and interdimensional politics. Season 2 is directed by Yushi Ibe at Silverlink and is confirmed to premiere in October 2026, making it the earliest confirmed release date among the returning titles on this list. Sasaki and Peeps earns its place in the top 3 by doing something few isekai attempt, making the protagonist painfully ordinary and letting the absurdity stack around him naturally. A lonely salaryman, a wise ancient bird, a parallel world, and a psychic shadow war. The combination should not work this well. Season 2 inherits a story mid-escalation, and with the light novel's reputation for wild tonal shifts, expect the unexpected. Surging to number 2, Reborn as a space mercenary, I woke up piloting the strongest starship when Satu Takahiro is swept away from his ordinary life into the world of his favorite video game, a universe of space battles, interstellar colonies, and danger in the vastness of outer space awaits. Soon, he is living as Hiro the Mercenary, with a tricked-out spaceship and there are space pirates to fight, girls to rescue, and trouble to get into and hopefully out of. This is the rare isekai that trades the fantasy realm entirely for hard science fiction, building its world through space opera scale rather than magic systems. The anime adaptation is produced by Studio A-Cat and directed by Norihiko Nagahama, set to premiere in October 2026. The sci-fi isekai lane is criminally underpopulated, and that alone makes this arrival meaningful. But what actually elevates Reborn as a space mercenary is ambition, massive fleet battles, interstellar political intrigue, and a protagonist who uses gamer instincts to navigate a universe with genuine consequences. If Studio A-Cat delivers on the scale this franchise demands, this could reshape the conversation around what isekai is even capable of doing. And finally, reigning supreme at number 1, Trapped in a Dating Sim. The world of otome games is tough for mobs. Season 2 office worker Leon is reincarnated into a particularly punishing dating sim video game, where women reign supreme and only beautiful men have a seat at the table. But Leon has a secret weapon. He remembers everything from his past life, including a complete playthrough of the very game in which he is now trapped. Season 2 expands beyond the Academy arc, pushing Leon into the Republic and deeper political warfare as new factions challenge everything he built. Kazuya Miura returns to direct the second season at Enji, with Kenta Ihara returning for the series scripts and Masahiko Suzuki handling character design and chief animation direction. Mobuseka sits at number 1 because it does something genuinely rare. It treats its absurd premise with complete sincerity, while simultaneously delivering mecha battles, political scheming, and a lead who is equal parts furious and hilarious. The first season proved the concept worked. Season 2, confirmed for July 2026, has all the source material it needs to go even harder. This is the isekai comeback that should be on every fan's radar without question. From space mercenaries to shadow brokers, dual souls to dating sims, this wave of returning isekai proves the genre still has creative ambition left to burn. These are not mere sequels riding name recognition. They are stories with unfinished business. Which of these 10 are you most eager to see return? Drop your pick in the comments right now.